All right, everybody. So today what we're going to be working on is the 5.1 notes. My bad, it's 5.1. Just go ahead and erase that and fix that right now. 5.1 notes, and basically we're just dealing with rules for exponents. So when we multiply two things that have the same base, I got a 3 and a 3, I'm going to add the exponents. And so I'm adding the 3 plus the 2. That gives me 3 to the 5th. And this is something I can plug into my calculator, and it will give me 243. And there's my answer for number 3. Number 4, if you notice that I don't have the 4 written down twice. And so I'm not multiplying 4 by itself, I'm actually cubing what's inside. So when I do that, it's like distribution. And this will get distributed to any exponents inside of the parenthesis. Since 4 is the only number here, it's the only thing that gets that exponent. It'll come out as 4 to the negative 6, because again, I'm multiplying. Well, when we have negative exponents, they need to jump the fence. And so this 4 to the negative 6 will go into the denominator with a 1 on top. If there's anything left over, I'd leave it there, but here I took everything with me, so it all went down. And then I can put 4 to the 6th in my calculator, and I would get this equal to 1 over 4,096. And there's how I get through that problem, okay? So when it's on a parenthesis, I distribute by multiplication. Okay? Number 9, same thing, it's on a parenthesis, so I'm going to distribute down. And I'll get 2 to the negative 3rd over 7 to the negative 3rd. Like I just said, when we have these negative exponents, they need to jump the fence. Well, both of them need to jump the fence, so I will get 7 to the 3rd over 2 to the 3rd. Okay, so the whole chunk moved, and its sign of the exponent changed. Well, that turns out to be 343 all over 8. And there's our answer. Number 12, okay. Initially you might think, oh, I've got to distribute the negative 5. But hold on. This is repeated. Just like number 3, when something's repeated, when I multiply, I can just add the exponents. Well, negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. So this is 2/3 to the negative 1. And then I'll distribute the negative 1 in. I have 2 to the negative 1 over 3 to the negative 1. But negative exponents tell me to flip-flop. So I end up with 3 over 2. On number 22, with scientific notation, we treat the decimal parts separate from the tens. So I'm just going to treat this as the division problem. 1.1 divided by 5.5 is 0.2. Times 10 to the... In scientific notation, we always have to be in the numerator, so we always go up. We never can come down. So to move up, I have to add 8 to the exponent there and add 8 to the exponent there. So I get 10 to the 5th. But scientific notation needs to have us between 1 and 10. So I need to move this decimal place back a spot. That makes it 2, you could say 2.0, or just 2, times 10 to the... Well, I just made this 0.2 into 2. That made it bigger. That means the exponent needs to go down 1. So that puts it at 4. Okay. Again, if you have questions on this, especially the scientific notation, we'll look at it a little bit in class, but we won't spend a ton of time with it. Because you could put this entire thing into your calculator and get your answer, and it wouldn't be any different. You'd end up with 2 times 10 to the 4th. So it's not super important that we can always do this by hand, but it is a good skill practice of those exponents. Here on number 28, where our work is to get this negative 3 in. We have to distribute to all of the exponents, including the exponent of the 5. Well, 5 has an exponent of 1, so that makes it 5 to the negative 3rd, s to the 6th, t to the negative 12th. Well, everything with a negative exponent needs to jump the fence. So this is s to the 6th over 5 to the 3rd t to the 12th. But I can find 5 to the 3rd, and I put that in my calculator and get 125 t to the 12th. Then on 35, when I'm multiplying two fractions that have no addition or subtraction in them, I can just treat it all as if it's one big fraction. Because I'm just multiplying across the top anyway and multiplying across the bottom as well. So when I multiply y to the negative 3 times y squared, I will add the exponents. That gives me x squared y to the negative 1 all over 3x to the negative 4y squared. I changed the order just to be alphabetic. There's no other reason initially. Then I'm going to come and look at my x's. Which x is smaller? Well, the negative 4, so I will add 4 because that makes this go away. That allows me to add 4 up top. Then I look at my y's, and which one is bigger? Well, down here is bigger, so I need to get rid of the other guy. So plus 1, plus 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0, so this is gone. Remember, anything to a 0 exponent is 1. So this gives me x to the 6th over 3y squared. And that's it. That's how the problems work out today. So good luck. Hopefully you're making good progress, and we'll see you on Friday.